So just as triads don't always appear in root position, seventh chords don't always appear in root position either. So we have inversions not just of triads but also of seventh chords. And the way we invert seventh chords follows the exact same logic we talked about with triads. They can appear in root position, as I have here with this D major minor seventh chord, or this just kind of this D7 chord here, where I have the root on the bottom, right? And everything else is somewhere above that root. Here I've done it in closed position. It could be in open position, but as long as these members of the chord are present, right? If the root is on the bottom, that puts it in root position. I could have the same chord with the third on the bottom. So in this case, the third is F sharp, and I could have the root sitting someplace else, and then I could have the fifth maybe here, and then the seventh here. Notice that how I stack the remaining notes above that lowest note is kind of irrelevant. The fact that the third of the chord is here and all the other notes kind of match what I would have in root position, that makes it a first inversion triad with the third in the bass. Okay, so again, this is root position. This is first inversion. Okay, second inversion means that I'm going to have the fifth in the bass. So I'll have the A in the bass, the D will be someplace else, that's the root. The third, I don't know, let's put the third here, why not? Okay, and then the seventh I'll throw in right there. That's kind of a big distance from the lowest note, but that's fine. And remember I talked about the way we name these inversions as ways of messing with which note of the chord gets to be on the bottom, right? So in root position, the root of the chord is on the bottom. The first way of messing with that is we go to the next available member of the chord. The third gets to be on the bottom. The second way of messing with that, the fifth gets to be on the bottom. And so now, because we have another note in the stack, we have a third way of messing with it, or a third inversion. So the third inversion, you may have guessed by now, the seventh, the chordal seventh goes on the bottom. So in this case, I would have a C as my lowest note, okay? And I'll go ahead and write this one in closed position just so you can kind of see it. There's the root, there's the third, there's the fifth, right? But again, the seventh is the lowest sounding note, and that's going to make this a third inversion.